Good afternoon and thanks for joining me on Sunshine Report. My name is Remy Allen. Today is Workers' Day. On May 1 every year, the global community pauses to reflect and celebrate the labor force and the working class, the oil that lubricates the economy and bureaucracy. Nigeria is not an exception, as May Day has been set aside by labor movements to reflect on government policies as they affect workers, global economic challenges, best practices in specific areas, and how to improve the welfare of workers in general. This year's event is coming at a strategic period, the month when there will be a change of baton from President Muhammadu Buhari to President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has made specific promises for tackling perennial issues related to the welfare of labor in Nigeria. Meanwhile, Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has hailed the resilience of workers in the state and saluted their dedication to service. The governor, in his message to congratulate them on the occasion of 2023 Workers' Day celebration, said the dedication of the civil servants had engendered optimum service delivery to people of the state. He said his administration understands the place of workers and their contributions to the socio-economic and political development of the state. Hence, workers' welfare has remained top priority of government. Akeredolu expressed joy that his administration surmounted the challenges imposed by dwindling resources, which resulted in his inability to pay full salaries as and when due early last year, with a promise never to owe salaries anymore. The governor thanked the leadership of organized labor in the state for the show of understanding and courage during the challenging times. He noted that his administration, through the Performance and Project Implementation Monitoring Unit, PPIMU, has commenced innovation challenge for civil servants to help unlock their potentials and harvest their ideas for optimum service delivery, and the second edition of the Innovation Challenge holds this year. The governor thanked the workers for their support and prayers for his administration, adding that their commitment to work has contributed largely to the success of his administration. He urged workers to rededicate themselves to the service of the state and join hands with his administration to deliver on the redeemed agenda of his second term in office. In the meantime, Secretary to the State Government Oladuni Odu has felicitated workers in the state on the occasion of Workers' Day, charging them to remain proactive and supportive to the agenda and policies of the present administration in the state. In a statement, Odu urged workers in the state to reciprocate the actions of the governor by providing needed support that would enable his administration carry out meaningful projects. Odu also called on workers not to relent in their efforts to deliver quality and efficient services that will yield outstanding and highly resourceful public service, while noting that the task of building a better Ondo State is a collective one and must be taken with all levels of diligence, wished workers more blissful and stress-free celebration. She restated the present administration's dedication to more life-benefiting projects and programs that will make Ondo State exemplary and outstanding among its peers. The inaugural session and commencement of pre-hearing conference of the National and State Houses of Assembly Elections Petition Tribunal for Ondo State has been fixed for Thursday, 4th of May 2023. A statement by the Secretary, National and State Houses of Assembly Election Petition Tribunal for Ondo State, Mr. Musa Adamu, said the venue of the tribunal is Court Number 2 of the Ondo State High Court Complex, Akure. Time of the sitting is 9 in the morning. Insecurity in Nigeria has taken different dimensions, from banditry to kidnapping down to ritual killings. government has taken different approaches to combating the trend in Nigeria. In this special report, Joy Powers takes a look at the roles of traditional institutions at ensuring a safe and secured nation. The report.
Insecurity is prevalent in Nigeria with varying degrees of life-threatening activities of unscrupulous people threatening the peace of the country. The federal and state governments over the years have come up with various methods to beef up security. The most recent being the establishment of a Amotekun Corps in southwest Nigeria. Nigeria's National Security Strategy 2019, a document released by the Office of a National Security Advisor, Babangana Mongunu, noted that the roles of traditional rulers are critical to national cohesion and stability as they act to preserve cultures, traditions, values, morals, and beliefs. While federal and state governments continue to re-strategize, the committal of crimes is believed are brewed at the grassroots where traditional institutions hold sway. This raises questions about the roles of traditional rulers at ensuring security in their various domains.
Naturally, the Obas are meant to, when it comes to the issue of security, they are the first point of contact, and we are trying our best. You know, the issue in Nigeria now is that you see people, they just migrate and come into your community. We don't even know them, the Hausa people, the Fulani people, and even other tribes. But you know, we have like in my community now, what we are doing now is to register strangers, so that we know them. Whenever they are staying, we know that if anything happens, we know that, oh, this particular person that just came into the community some time ago, we should try and see what is happening with him. So, but I believe the Obas, so the government should give them a constitutional role. It has to be a constitutional role when you say, the Obas should be working hand in hand with the government. So now it has to do with the federal government giving the Obas their role.
In Nigerian constitution, there is no constitutional role for traditional rulers, which is we are just ceremonial traditional rulers.
In our own aspect, we are trying. So likewise, we are use hunters, Nigerian Hunters Association. Other communities are using at Amotekun. So on. So we are trying. Instead of to tackle security.
The sanctity of their words to the people, their advice and opinions on issues are also key factors to installing peace and tranquility in their localities.
Nice idea if the federal government can make sure that people are secured. But the closest people are the Obas. And Obas understand the terrain of his community. He knows who is bad. So they are close to the people and they understand the people. So the Obas should be involved in the security aspects of everywhere in this place. In fact, it's not even bad if Obas are carried along whenever they want to do anything as per security issue in this country. It is the Oba that can help the government to step down the insecurity of life or properties of people in any environment because of their closeness to their people. And apart from the as custodian of culture, tradition, we are not ordinary. We use many things to make sure our people are secured. Prayer, whatever you think that can be safe, that can make sure that our people are safe, we do it. Traditional, attention, prayers, what have you? We are in charge. And we are very close to our people. So Oba should be carried along.
Nípa ọ̀rọ̀ ààbò, òǹkálùkù ìdálò níṣèlú, right? Ní ìlú tèmi, ní Ìmẹ̀rì, ààbò péye nítorí wípé àwa ò sọ àṣà nù. Ta ló fẹ́ kú? Ṣẹ́ni tó fẹ́ kú. Kò sẹ́ni tó fẹ́, because tí a bá ti ṣe ohun tó yẹ ká ṣe, pé bóyá ẹnìkan fẹ́ yé ẹnìkan gbé, ẹnìkan fẹ́ ṣe bákan, ẹnìkan fẹ́ ṣe bákan. Kì í ṣe ní Ìmẹ̀rì lágbára Ọlọ́run, agbára ìṣẹ̀ṣe, nítorí pé àwa di ìṣẹ̀ṣe mú. So tó bá ṣe wípé òǹkálùkù gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọba ní ìlú kọ̀ọ̀kan pé wọ́n ń ṣe ohun tó yẹ kán ṣe ní ìlú kò ṣe tó ń pè ní ààbò tó mẹ́hẹ rárá àti rárá.
Traditional institutions serve as first-line vanguards in handling communal conflicts and crises. Governments and security policy makers must continually absorb them into the strategies to allow for all-inclusive security action. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
The scarcity of new Naira notes in circulation has begun to raise questions from different quarters as residents of Akure, the Ondo State capital, believed the policy was for remission. Omori Alagbeju, who spoke to some residents, reports that even market women have lost interest in the new Naira notes. Our report.
From markets to filling stations, supermarkets, point of sales, POS, and even automated teller machines, ATM, all you find in circulation is the old currency of 200 Naira, 500 Naira, and 1000 Naira, aside the lower denominations of 100 Naira, 50 and 20 Naira that were not affected by the policy.
No new money again. Now if you go bank, na old money, and now no be neat one, na old one. Nyama nyama. What you person go do? You go carry up.
What to do? Old one. Opo ju new one lo. Eba ma ko bi 100 sita a lè rí ju ẹyẹ kan nínú new money a lè rí.
Tá bá lọ báǹkì kan tá bá fẹ́ lọ gbowó old money yẹn ló fi ń sanwó fún wa. Àwọn new money tá rí just àwọn bí 200 so old money yẹn kò sí ìgboro mọ́.
Ever since the Supreme Court ruled on March 3rd, extending the validity of the old notes till December 31, 2023, and which took the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, about 2 weeks to act on, the redesigned currencies have gradually phased out of circulation.
There is enough cash now, but there is no new Naira notes. It's old cash you are still spending. A lot of people keep asking, where is the old Naira, old new notes? But what is there? Even in bank, is the old currency that we are still receiving there.
Out of every 50 pieces of currency, one can only get 2 pieces of the new notes, one that has raised questions about its scarcity.
The new Naira notes, like I said initially, will have been a very good policy. Honestly, to a large extent, they cope many things. The kidnapping, the corruption and all, what have you. But very unfortunate, poor implementation. Because they are not really trying to redesign now per se. Because you could recollect the Minister for Finance even said that she was not aware right from beginning.
The whole intention is obvious now. If it was not clear before, it is obvious that it was targeted at election, not for the purpose of changing currency. Because if it was for the purpose of changing currency, there is no point still having those old notes. Now we can't even see the new ones. The old ones are supposed to be fading out while they are introducing the new ones.
Respondents also spoke on the deadline of December 31st, 2023, now that the new notes are hardly cited in public.
By June, we will know where we are going about old or new notes. So that one cannot stand the test of time. We will have nothing to worry about.
They are going to learn from the mistakes this one I've already made. I can assure you that anyway, it won't repeat itself. Even though I'm not part of the government, but I know that one for sure.
Market women are of the opinion that Nigeria should revert to the use of the old notes.
Maybe leave the old one now because now old one now it plenty now. That new money they stand cloth if you down, especially that 1,000.
Meanwhile, Nigerians are anxiously waiting for the incoming administration to decide on what becomes of the redesigned policy. Omori Olahungbiji, Osrc News.
Moving to sports, Ondo State female youngster Okpeyebioke has won the 400-meter event at the African Under-18 and Under-20 Athletics Championship in Ndola, Zambia. The former CAC Adu Memorial Akure student clocked a lifetime best of 52.68 seconds to pick the gold medal. Another Nigerian, Ada Bright, came third. Team Nigeria so far clinched 4 gold medals at the competition. Still on sports, for a long time, many sports enthusiasts had doubted the viability of auto sport in Nigeria. But recently, Nigerians have been engaging in organized and street auto racing. Osrc's Benga Oluwajana looks at the new awakening spirit towards the sport in the country and the benefits it brings if sustained.
Autosports, just like Formula 1, MotoGP and others, is the result of exotic cars putting their speed to test for drivers to dominate and stay on top of their game. The first organized autosport in Nigeria was the Agungo Motor Rally in the late 1970s, with the sport revived and given prominence through the Ondo Auto Rally in 2019. Participants were drawn from different states of Nigeria and across the world.
The last Agun festival, we supply them more than 11 drivers to work with the government on it. So we need more government participation in it to get involved. After this, we're going to have like a conference of the Motorsport Association, maybe to start kickstarting right to the state government today, to start to the federal government on how we can register and start moving this from sport to be acceptable sport in Nigeria.
Ondo State took it to the next level to host the 6th edition of the Auto Rally at the Smoky Hills Golf Course in Ilaramoke, only 1.6 kilometers car track, offering lovers of auto racing the chance to enliven their passion for the sport. Matthew Solomon is the first-time driver in the 6th edition of Ondo Auto Rally and reels out his excitement to participate.
Formula 1 is actually achievable. MotoGP is actually here in Nigeria. All we just need first is an off-road track, which I think, yes, we have one track in the city, which we used to have our official race track, racing on the track. And if we can have more of that in this country, motorsport is really
the sport comes with its hazards and safety, but sport lovers are optimistic that if autosport is sustained, it will boost the economy and promote tourism to the world.
Auto race, like you mentioned, abroad, you go to Texas, you go to Florida, this is what they do, and it's a multi-billion-dollar industry in the United States. And in Ondo State, I'm sure we are going to be the first state in Nigeria that is doing all this. And with the track that we have in Ilaramoke now, it's going to be a permanent site for this kind of thing that will be happening. So I'm excited.
However, some have their reservations, stressing the expensive and elitist nature of autosport, calling on government to focus more on other sports and allow private individuals sponsor the sport.
But we have a lot of secondary school guys who can run. What are we doing about them? We have a lot of people in Elijah who can swim. What are we doing about them?
So if we have more racetracks than one, more race than two, more racetracks than 10, we have over 200 million by population. We don't need to race on the track, I mean in the streets.
Autosport is not a subject of fiction, as sports stakeholders are looking forward to hosting a major Grand Prix with facility intact to make it a profitable sport in Ondo State and Nigeria. Benga Oluwajana, Osrc News.
And with that sports story, we conclude Sunshine Report. Thanks so much for watching. Good afternoon.